No one at the wedding expected the doors of the church to open like that. No one expected a white stretch limousine to roll up, its tires whispering against the stone driveway. And absolutely no one expected the poor, abandoned ex-wife, the woman everyone believed was broken and forgotten to, step out wearing a dress that stole every breath from the room. But what shocked them most wasn't her transformation. It was the three little children who followed behind her, holding her hands, triplets, his triplets. And as the groom's face drained of all color, every guest realized they were about to witness a truth that would shatter the entire wedding. This is how the real story begins. Maya had spent the last 3 years rebuilding a life that had fallen apart. She had married Adam when they were young, two dreamers with nothing but hope and the promise of a future together. But dreams are fragile when money is tight. Adam wanted success quickly, and when it didn't come fast enough, he changed. He became cold, distant, and convinced that Maya was holding him back. When she found out she was pregnant, his reaction wasn't joy but frustration. He wanted freedom, not responsibility. And so, in the cruelest moment of her life, Adam walked away. After the divorce, Maya struggled alone. She worked late shifts, sometimes skipping meals just so she could afford baby supplies. But fate had another twist waiting during her first ultrasound. The doctor smiled gently and said, "You're having triplets. 3 heartbeats. 3 lives. 3 reasons not to give up." Meanwhile, Adam built the life he always wanted. He found a wealthy, polished woman named Cassandra, who came from a family of business giants. With them, he didn't have to struggle. He didn't have to sacrifice. He reinvented himself. Months before his wedding, he decided to send Maya an invitation, not out of kindness, but out of pride. He whispered to Cassandra, "She'd show up in her cheap clothes and see what she missed." The idea of parading his new wealth in front of Maya fed his ego. He imagined her standing in the back of the church, invisible and embarrassed, but Maya didn't respond. She didn't say yes, she didn't say no. She simply folded the invitation and slipped it into a drawer. Then came the moment that changed everything. 2 weeks before the wedding, Maya received a call from the hospital. A wealthy older woman named Mrs. Whitmore, a retired philanthropist, had spent months watching Maya care for her triplets at the community center. She admired Maya's strength and offered a gift, a chance to attend the wedding looking like the world had never broken her. "I know your story," the old woman said, "and I know you never deserved the pain you were given. Let me help you show him what he threw away." Maya smiled through tears. "Not for revenge," she whispered, "but for closure." The plan was set. Adam stood at the altar, chest puffed in self-importance. Guests whispered compliments about his suit, the decorations, the expensive ceremony. Cassandra walked in with grace, wearing a gown worth more than everything Maya once owned. As the vows were about to begin, the church doors swung open. Every head turned. The air shifted. The limousine outside gleamed like a jewel. Maya stepped out, wearing a simple but stunning white silk dress that floated around her like light. Her hair fell in soft waves, her posture tall, her expression calm, so different from the woman Adam had once left crying in the dark. But then came the gasp that echoed through the room. 3 children stepped beside her, each holding one of her fingers. 2 boys and a girl, bright-eyed, beautifully dressed, and unmistakably carrying the features of Adam. "What? What is this?" Adam choked, stepping back. Maya approached slowly. "These," she said softly, "are the children you abandoned before they even took their first breaths." Cassandra stared at Adam, betrayal slicing through her expression. Guests whispered in disbelief. Photos snapped. The truth was no longer containable. Maya continued, her voice steady and strong. "You invited me to humiliate me. But I came to give my children the dignity they deserve." The little girl tugged on Maya's hand and whispered, "Mama, can we go home now?" Maya smiled. "Yes, sweetheart." She turned and walked out, not in anger, not in revenge, but in peace. The triplets followed, their small feet tapping like a final verdict. Adam watched helplessly as the woman he abandoned left him behind once again, but this time she didn't break. She didn't cry, she didn't look back. Outside, Mrs. Whitmore waited by the limo with pride in her eyes. "Closure?" she asked. Maya nodded. Closure? And as the limousine pulled away, the wedding behind her unraveling, Maya held her children close, knowing she had won in the only way that mattered, not through wealth or revenge, but through strength, dignity, and unconditional love. If this story moved your heart, remember this: strength isn't born from wealth, revenge, or showing off. Real strength comes from surviving the storms that were meant to break you, and rising above them with dignity. Maya didn't walk into that wedding to destroy anyone. She walked in to show her children and herself that pain doesn't define us. Choices do. If you believe more people need to hear stories of courage, truth, and the kind of love that never gives up, then make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs inspiration today. And tell me in the comments, do you think Maya made the right choice by showing up? Until next time, stay strong, stay kind, and remember, your value is never determined by the people who failed to see it.